Imagine being able to walk into any room and immediately sense who doesn't belong, not through dramatic spy movie tropes, but through understanding the subtle psychological patterns that even the most highly trained operatives cannot completely conceal. During the Cold War, intelligence agencies invested millions and decades into research on human behavior, developing methods to spot undercover agents that have remained classified until recently. Today, we're declassifying those techniques. The five universal behaviors that betray trained agents, how the KGB and CIA actually train their operatives to appear normal. A practical exercise analyzing real historical cases and how you can apply these same principles in your daily life for better personal and professional security. You might think undercover agent identification skills are irrelevant to ordinary life, but the psychological principles involved have surprising practical applications. In professional settings, understanding these patterns can help you identify when colleagues or business partners might be concealing information or operating with hidden agendas. The same suspicious behavior indicators that reveal trained agents can signal when someone is being deliberately deceptive in negotiations, hiding conflicts of interest, or manipulating information flow. For instance, that colleague who always seems slightly too prepared, whose stories are consistently flawless, who maintains unusual emotional control in stressful situations. They might not be a spy, but they might be managing information or perceptions in ways worth understanding. Recognizing these patterns allows you to ask better questions, verify information independently, and protect your interests without becoming paranoid. In personal security contexts, these skills have more direct applications. Whether evaluating new relationships, assessing service providers who require access to your home or information, or even navigating online interactions. The ability to recognize inconsistencies between presented identity and underlying behavior is invaluable. The key isn't to suspect everyone of being a spy, but to develop sensitivity to when someone's behavior doesn't align with their claimed identity or intentions. This involves paying attention not to dramatic red flags, but to subtle patterns. Does their emotional responsiveness match situation norms? Do their life details hold up under casual scrutiny? Do they exhibit unusual interest in specific information without apparent reason? These Cold War techniques refined for identifying spies work equally well for identifying more ordinary forms of deception or hidden intentions. Perhaps most importantly, applying these principles cultivates valuable cognitive skills, pattern recognition, behavioral analysis, and critical thinking about social interactions. The training that intelligence agencies develop teaches observation not as passive looking, but as active analysis of behavior and context. When you learn to notice how people naturally behave in different situations, you become better at recognizing when behavior seems manufactured or inconsistent. This doesn't mean becoming suspicious of everyone, but developing what security professionals call situational awareness, an understanding of what's normal in a given context, making abnormalities more noticeable. In a world where social engineering, fraud, and manipulation are increasingly sophisticated, these skills provide practical protection while also deepening your understanding of human psychology and social dynamics. So what have we learned from these Cold War techniques that remains relevant today? First, that human behavior, no matter how carefully trained, leaves detectable patterns when observed with understanding and context. Second, that the most effective identification methods don't look for dramatic spy behavior, but for subtle deviations from natural human interaction. And third, that these skills have value far beyond intelligence contexts. They enhance personal security, improve professional judgment, and deepen understanding of human psychology in all social interactions. Think about the balance this knowledge requires. Developing pattern analysis skills shouldn't make you suspicious of everyone, but should help you recognize when something warrants closer attention. The goal isn't to find spies in everyday life, but to develop the observational sophistication that allows you to navigate social and professional environments with greater awareness and discernment. These methods teach us to pay attention not just to what people say, but to how they behave, how their emotions flow, how they occupy space, and how all these elements align or don't with their claimed identity and intentions. If this exploration of counter-espionage methods has made you see human behavior differently, if you want to develop these observational skills further, understand more about psychology applied to real-world situations, or simply become more discerning in your personal and professional relationships, then this is just the beginning. Subscribe and enable notifications to continue developing these valuable skills. We're not just learning spy techniques. We're learning to see the world with greater clarity, understanding the psychology behind behavior, and developing practical wisdom for navigating complex social landscapes. Your interest in these methods already demonstrates the kind of curiosity and discernment that these skills cultivate. Let us see where that discernment leads next.